Hey traders, Mike Katz here. What a day. Market gaps up. We have the spiders really gapping up again, and that's been the theme, right? Gap up, gap down, missing a lot of the intraday moves, a lot of chop intraday, but today was different. Today we actually had follow through, and the gap up resulted in a sell-off, and that was a pretty nice day for us. So let's go over that real quick. We closed down here with a doji on volume on Friday. Some strength off of that today, and we gapped up, and for the most part we started selling right away. What I was focused on early was Amazon. Amazon was my go-to for the last couple of days. That's been working well, and so we had earnings, and I've been just looking to join weakness and cut it real fast if I'm wrong. And let's see, let's bring up Amazon chart. Another big down day, and then we had pretty good trend, right? Lower low, lower highs all day long. But I was trading mostly off of this line chart, a little bit less noise, and trying to figure out ways to just join the trend. And then if it's going down, I want to be in it. So let's see. Let's couple the fills here. Yeah, so down here I shorted right when we started because we were making lower lows, lower highs, bounced, and then looked like it was going to go down again. But it popped up, made a higher high, and that's when I took the trade off. Right there. Took the trade off, took a loss, figured I'll move on. And then it set up again. It started wedging with a higher low, but a lower high. And then when it looks like a descending triangle, lower high and a double bottom, that told me that is no longer going to be a higher low. And I put a short on. Put a pretty nice short on, good size because stop was going to be above here. So that was really good entry, and added a little bit more on weakness, and then did some covering. These things are a little bit tough to cover. They're spready. The way I get out is that when I feel like I want to get out, I'll throw a bid out, and at the current bid, try to capture that $1, $2 spread. If it doesn't get hit, then I'll just turn it into a market order after a minute, and that's kind of what you see here. So I got a partial on the bid there, and once I couldn't get the whole thing, covered the rest a little bit higher, and that was just for a portion of the position. Try to stay with at least half the whole way, and then covered some more down here. So this ended up being really nice trade. So I'll get in what, like 1632, and made some there. I think this one ended up netting for about 40 points on average, if I'm not mistaken. So here, when I was wrong, I lost, I think I lost about 7-8 points when I was wrong, but when I was right, I try to make more. So I made about 40 on that one. So that was pretty good. 50-50 win rate, but the winner is obviously much bigger than the loser. And then I saw like a little buy opportunity, a little capitulation sell, volume came in. So I bought and scaled out, but this wasn't a monster trade because I didn't put much size on there. It wasn't a high conviction trade. So Amazon was very good, but obviously I missed out on another huge sell-off in the afternoon. But by that time, I was focused on some other things. Let's see, I was trading spiders there by that time. And my SPY trade here was, let's see, SPY, where are we here? Bam, right there. Okay, so what were we looking at here? The SPY here was just this move here saying, look, we have a downtrend, we're below VWAP, we're making lower low, lower high, and this is a bounce. This is a pop into previous resistance, as we can see there. So I want to try to short into that and see if we get any continuation. And boy, did we get continuation, right? So short, I'm, trading a little bit, covering some, trading around a core, just trying to figure out which way things want to go. Obviously, I have no idea that big drop is coming. Just looking at this here, Just shorts. When I saw that it couldn't really stay down here, I covered some, put it back out higher, and then it's just rinse and repeat. Try that a few more times. That was okay. Scalped a little bit there, but then when I covered here, I realized that I'm not going to be able to get it back and reshort the same way I've been able to reshort before. How do I know that? Because it broke this range, and now, you know, we're in a volatile environment. If we get follow through, then I want to make sure to be in. So I put some more back on and back to full size. And at that point, I'm just thinking, let's see what we could get. Get a nice drop, cover the piece there. Really, I was interested in putting it back out, but it flagged. So this doesn't look like a whole lot, but let's see. This was definitely looking very parabolic there. And instead of becoming a V bottom after a parabolic and a volume spike down here, instead of becoming that V bottom, it just flagged and went sideways. So got some more downside there. Stayed with it. Did some more covering there. And then when I saw that 263, again, another parabolic move down, volume came in. When I saw that it couldn't really result in a V bottom, it was just flagging sideways, I figured I want to get back in. 263, I put on some decent size, and I was risking off of 21 right here after this move. And so this was really tight. I figured, you know what, if we get a really big move, you know, I know that having a tight stop is going to stop me out more often than not, but the expected value of that I think is very positive if we get one of those big moves, right? Everybody's probably thinking this is bottomed out, but if we haven't, we can get one of those really big washout moves. So that I was able to put on a really big size here, just risking off of 21, kind of like a lottery type of a trade. Most likely I lose on this, but it ended up really falling out of bed here for the next half hour or so. So then came the real parabolic move on volume, and I'll show you guys on the other chart with volume, and that one did have that V bottom. So that's what I was really interested in, looking for the capitulation selling. And you can see here at 263, what we were talking about, it didn't really result. The volume did spike up compared to previous levels, but then the real move was this one, this parabolic drop, and that's where we saw the volume come in, and that's where I covered everything into that drop. And this ended up being my best symbol on the day, and that was great. So SPY was fantastic. What else? AMD was the other one I was in. This one started out as a loser on the day. In the morning, I think it was 18. Yep. So on the drop, I bought a dip to 18, and when that didn't hold, I got stopped out here. And then I figured, you know what, if I got stopped out on the long side and everything's weak, and let me see if I can get now a pop to that $18 level, see if I can short now, because I'm using this $18 level as an over under. Let's see. So let me see if I can kind of draw this here. So wine study, hopefully you guys will be able to see this right there. So this 18 level I'm using as over under. As long as we're above this level, I want to be long. And once we dropped below and I got stopped out, now I want to short a pop back to that $18 level. And then again, risking off of, you know, 1820s. And then if it goes down, now I can trade around the core, cover some, put it back on the pop to 18, like right there. And then, so cover some down here, put it back on, and then you guys could see rinse and repeat, cover. I wasn't able to reshort again, and I had to kind of chase a little bit and short weakness because I wasn't able to do that. But this ended up being a really nice trade as well. Joining weakness, piling on when weakness was there with good, like this one, $17. So we broke below 17, And at this point, I was short half size because I covered some here. And then when we held below 17, on that pop up to $17, I shorted a whole new trade back on, whole new risk unit, risking off of 21 again. So this one, at this point, I'm 1.5 size. And then that was also a nice drop. And then that parabolic, good cover there. So the weakness in the afternoon was nice, was able to capitalize on that. And then one last thing to mention was JD, was the short here, the headline hit that they were downgraded. I think it was at BNY. And when it dropped and couldn't pop back up, I shorted some versus these highs, so that once the news hits, it should not be able to reclaim 100% of that drop. So that's where I'm trading versus. And then just sat there for a while, didn't do much. And then finally, I think the market definitely nudged it with some more follow through and was able to add some more there and then scale out down here. So that was really nice. But my thinking here on this setup is headline, you get that sharp spike down, we get the retracement. This retracement is fast money going in on the short side, fast money coming out, so they get out. But now if it holds down here, then that means that this headline should be real. It's significant. It couldn't reclaim back this whole move back up to here. So now what happens is you have the slower traders who couldn't really react to the news in milliseconds. Now they're starting to put some selling trades on. And then eventually what's really going to get this thing moving is if the big money managers are going to be like, yes, let's call up, if a portfolio manager says, you know what, I'm going to respond to this headline. I'm going to trim some for whatever reason. I'm going to sell some. He calls up his trader and the trader starts working the selling orders. Then we should be able to see some more weakness. So we have the first drop is the fastest ones to react, and then they get out. Then you have the medium-term traders like myself that are not super fast to react. I'll be in this. And then what I'm looking for is for the money manager to come and say, okay, let's sell some shares, calls up the trader. They're much slower. And then you get that continuation, which we got down here. So that was really nice on JD. That's how I trade my news spikes, my headline trades. And this one ended up working out really well. So overall, a lot of continuation to the downside, a lot of follow through, and we'll see. As traders, I think we can only hope for this type of action and just stay nimble. Size doesn't have to be a whole lot of size. We don't need to use a whole lot of size to make money in these types of markets because the range is there. I look at the SPYs, just between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock, we had $8 range in SPY. That's unbelievable. Most days this thing doesn't even move $1 for the whole day. So the key is, in my opinion, right now, what works well is stay nimble, small size. If something's working, find ways to get bigger and just try to let these moves play out. And I think I did a good job with that today. And it's nice to have a nice Monday. Hope everybody killed it today. Good luck trading. Mike Katz, 7 Points Capital with today's trader takeaways. Give us that thumbs up, guys.